Yeah, so excited to have every single member of the Brummies. Guys, I appreciate you taking time and how have things been?
My dude, thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
things are good.
Yeah, dude, we've been we just released Drift Theory, and we're gearing up to head over to the pond, and we're gonna tour England, the UK, and Denmark.
Amazing. So I guess the best place to start, and usually where I start with everybody, is kind of go through maybe each one of you can answer or one of you guys can answer for everybody, but music that you guys kind of grew up on, music that your parents played, what kind of really influenced you guys growing up?
Yeah, so three of us are from Alabama, and then Warren is from Kentucky. But we all have kind of different, ways that we kind of came into music. For me, it was, my grandfather played bluegrass music. When I go over to his house, he had acoustic guitars and banjos and stuff around. And then church, I grew up Pentecostal, and they get wild. So it was like the full band, full choir. It was pretty nuts. But yeah,
Snakes and all. Yeah, my
no
story.
snakes.
My story is like almost exactly the same, but completely different. Also, a grandfather, but in a gospel quartet. Church was Church of Christ, so no music, all vocals, a lot of harmonies.
Right.
Yeah, my dad played in a rock and roll cover band. Watched them, and then just listening to the Beatles in the truck with him all the time.
Love it.
For me, my dad didn't really play music. My mom kind of played piano, but he would listen to jazz, classical stuff. But I really kind of my own got into music just listening to hip hop. I was
Yeah.
huge into like Outkast, T.I., Goody Mob, Southern rap stuff.
Yeah.
So I loved it.
Yeah, I kind of grew up first off like kind of like old school country, like a lot of like George Strait kind of stuff, and then worked my way up to like Incubus and was obsessed with them for a while. That's
Okay.
kind of my introduction. Still am.
It's an easy trajectory from
Yeah.
straight.
We love Incubus.
Yeah. That's I think I can kind of relate on both sides, right? Like I went to church with my grandmother. It wasn't nearly as full band. It was just, all the old ladies singing in the back. And then definitely went through my own hip hop era for sure. And listened or watched MTV Jams every morning with one of my best friends and during our summers. And I don't think I had as big of obsession with Incubus as maybe you guys have, but either way. So you guys decided on the name the Brummies. Where does
Yeah.
that come from? What's inspired that? I'm sure you guys have told this story a couple times, but
Yeah. So we used to be called John and Jacob. We had to think of a name. We were going on tour overseas with the band Perry at the time, and our publishers were like, "You're John and Jacob. Go over there and play some shows."
yeah.
So every single night in the UK, I'd say, "Thank y'all so much. We're John and Jacob from Birmingham, Alabama,"
Mhm.
and someone would go, "You're a Brummie. You're a Brummie," and we're like, "What is that?" So at the merch table at the end of the shows, everybody would always tell us, if you're from Birmingham, England, you're a Brummie. That's what they
Oh,
call each
okay.
other. So when we got back, we're like, they just named us the Brummies. We're the Brummies. So
Love
there
it.
it is.
That's a
Yeah.
great story. Yeah, that's amazing. Honestly, a great story. I would never would have guessed that. That's what an odd nickname for somebody from. Anyway, I digress. So you guys talked about it a little bit before, but your new album out, Drift Theory.
Okay.
Um,
Sorry,
you know,
hang on real quick. I'm
you're
going to
good.
take this. let's see if this will fix that.
Digging.
Yeah, ding it. Sorry about that.
You're good. All
All right.
set.
Yep.
Cool. So you guys recently talked about it, but your new album, Drift Theory, out in June. Man, just talk about some of like the overarching themes of it. This very like dreamy, soft rock type album that I honestly enjoyed. Yeah, so let's just talk about kind of the overarching themes, the stories behind it, how you
Yeah.
guys put it together.
Man, yeah, Drift Theory came out in June. We have two other albums. So 2018 was Eternal Reach. That was our first album.
Yep.
And then 2020, we put out Automatic World. And really, as soon as we put out Automatic World, we were already like just collecting songs and for the next project. And we didn't know what it was going to be. We were writing songs everywhere. Sunrise, we've literally had that since Automatic World.
Nice.
And we just started putting these songs together, and some of them it was just they were some of them were ballads that we made into like the faster stuff, and some was fast that we made slow. But it's like we just got the songs and just went to the studio, battle tapes, and just brought them together, Came over here to Warren's, and many late nights, many late nights, all day, all night, and we were just literally just tweaking everything, replacing things, and we just really found this new kind of sound, and it's just we're very proud of Drift Theory.
Yeah, it has like almost like a very retro influence to it, and it feels like nowadays like that kind of music. I don't know. It has like its own little new foothold on some people for sure. There's a lot of bands I feel like these days making that like very throwback style sound. So my favorite song off the album, High Noon. I always ask again, like pick my favorite song. I love that song. What's the story behind that one?
Okay,
You picked the right one.
you picked the right one.
Nice.
So I mean, it's crazy because I thought it was so silly that people were not maybe wouldn't necessarily enjoy it like lyrically. So we went up to Dill, Maryland, and our keyboard player at the time, he was just playing a couple shows with us, Jeff. We go up there.
We love Jeff.
We love Jeff. Jeff, if you're seeing this, we love you. But he came up there with us, and we played the show in DC, and we go out to Dill, and it's a town on the water. It's beautiful. And some of the people were like, hey, we'll take you out on a boat, and we will show you the best time in Dill. And we'll just go bar hopping on a boat.
Yeah.
And we'll go swim out in the water. And we're like, yes, we're doing this. Well, Jeff, he keeps going, man, I got to get home. I got to get back home to Nashville. He goes, we need to hit the road. He goes, we can't stay another day.
He didn't have anything like he had to be home for. So we weren't like keeping him from like a big obligation.
No.
He just wanted to be back home. We're like, well, we could, have a day.
Yes. So then Warren, I'll let you take over.
Oh, we're just out there, and the pressure was mounting, and I think I was like, let's just handle this like adults and not say anything at all, and it'll pass. And that's what happened. There was like a moment where he just like resigned to it, and he was like, okay, I guess we're staying.
So that was years ago.
Yeah.
And now we came up with this like progression, which is High Noon, and we're sitting there and we're like, what do we sing about? And I was sitting there, if I don't know what it was, but I started thinking about Jeff and him not wanting to stay on that trip. And the chorus kind of just like came out, and it's really what Warren said, when we were on the water. It's like, let's just handle this like adults and not say anything.
Right.
But the song is literally talking to Jeff. It's like, give me your time.
Yeah.
Let's take a midday cruise. We've already made up our minds.
We're the bad conscience.
It's literally, yes, we're the bad conscience in that.
Yeah, I don't think not saying anything at all is actually, ironically, maybe not the most adult thing to do.
It's definitely not the most adult thing to do, but sometimes it solves the problem, doesn't it?
Well, it worked out that day.
Yeah, 100%.
For us, at least.
So
Yeah,
when you
number
guys,
Jeff.
never Jeff, yeah.
We do love Jeff.
When you guys are going like approaching writing songs, is it a giant collaborative process amongst you guys, or is everybody kind of are you each bringing like a song or two to the table and then kind of picking and choosing?
Everybody's bringing stuff to the table. Sometimes it's a full song. Sometimes it's a chorus. Sometimes it's like verse, progression. But everybody is, it's very collaborative.
Yeah, like the beginnings of them could be like, two of us or two of whoever brings an idea in, or like has a chorus, and then it kind of comes together and becomes a Brummies thing once we get together in the studio, and then we are having late nights over here at Warren's, and the sound will start meshing together.
Yeah.
Or we got some
some
cat company.
Yeah, some cat company.
They're going all over the place.
So you guys, this is your third studio album, like you kind of said. So how's your approach to making albums changed over since your first one to now? What have you learned, and what kind of you do differently?
Wow. Well, I think our first album, we really, and every single one, but we were really want it to be to tape, and just those warm analog sounds. Like we were very true to, it was all like mainly tape, except for some overdubs. And then that was Eternal Reach. And then with Automatic World, we started playing more with synthesizers, adding in, some not to tape elements. And then with this, we still started off at battle tapes, but it was just like, we're literally, if we're just get as creative as possible, like whatever instruments are around, all the synthesizers. And it's just like, we've just grown. I feel like we started off with, Eternal Reach is like this base layer, and every album we just continue just to grow and add.
Yeah. So, I mean, me being like, I'm not, I have a little bit of music background, but not a ton. So I'm curious, like, in terms of, translating that to a live show, what does that look like for you guys? You have all these extra synth sounds and production value. What does that look like in trying to make that into something live?
It's tough. It's very tough. Yeah. So what we're doing right now is this, we've got our parts. But when we can, it's like we have a pedal steel player with us. We have, keyboard players. Like when we go over to England, like we will have just like some of the keys and stuff. Like we'll have some backing tracks. Like it will run, IEMs. So that's how we'll do it.
Got it. Is that so? Do you guys prefer recording the way you're doing it now, or do you think, because it feels like a lot of people these days are doing like these one takes, right, where it's everybody in the studio in one shot, and then you kind of get the rough edges of it. Do you prefer it that way, or do you kind of like the new layering everything, tweaking everything?
For layering, and but I mean I do like, there's some live recordings that are amazing for us. I just love, really just taking your time on vocals apart and like really like nailing it.
Like a lot of the times, the song reveals itself as it's kind of being produced out. So like you won't hear what's the final product until you're halfway through it. You're like, oh, what about this? And then you're constantly writing the song as you're recording it as well.
Yeah. So
I would also say, like, most of the time, bass and drums are kind of
Take.
Yeah, we
yeah,
put those down together, so it's kind of got that partial organic,
Yeah, I feel you for sure. I think, I mean, especially in your guys' space, I think that makes sense. But like the folk stuff, I think makes sense doing it like right onto it, because it's just
totally
right.
Yeah.
And in the indie rock space for sure, it makes sense kind of having these extra sounds, especially when you're trying to go for that this new sound. It feels like you guys have this like really retro, soft, dreamy type sound. Makes a ton of sense. I guess in terms of when you guys released it, what do you is there anticipation, anxiousness, dread when releasing an album, even though it's your third one?
I mean, this one, I was so excited to get out in the world. Like, I mean, as you are, like all of them, it's like, it's our babies. And like, we've been listening to them thousands and thousands of times. But I feel like with this, when we released it, it's like, I was listening to it. I was like, this sounds even better now that it's out,
right.
So many times.
Yeah, I usually don't listen to it because we just get tired of it and we've heard it so much. But I like this one so far still.
Still good. Are you guys excited to tour with the new music? Is it something?
Oh yes,
yeah.
I'm so excited. Yeah, literally as soon as we get off of here, we're at Warren's house right now, and his studio is just right over there. We're going in there and we're playing Drift Theory front to back. And then when we go to the UK, we'll play some songs off of all the albums, but we're doing Drift Theory from beginning to end.
Yeah, love it. So nowadays, especially, right, like being an artist entails feels like a million things for you guys, on top of touring and just making music. One space I always ask everybody about is the social media space, and I see you guys on lives from time to time, just kind of talking with people. How do you guys kind of approach social media? Is it something you enjoy, or you kind of find it to be the evil necessary that is to get by?
It is like the evil necessary, because like, with like TikTok, when we do that, it's such a good way for like people to like learn about us, it's not necessarily fun, but I do like just the communication with people, meeting somebody new on there. On Instagram, Trevor, he's kind of, running that. Everybody kind of does their thing,
I feel like if you're naturally good at it, then it's great. I don't feel like it's really natural for me, or maybe for any of us, just get on there and be like, this feels.
It's tough. It's awkward.
Right? Yes. Weird. I am awkward, so it's going to look awkward.
I get it. Trust me. Yeah.
We've gotten more comfortable with it.
Yes. Yeah, we have gotten more comfortable. I think, and it's like with anything, the more you do something, the more comfortable you are. Yeah.
Yeah. As someone who also awkwardly muddles through lives at time, I completely get it. And it is something that does not, it gets easier, but it definitely requires there to be that back and forth communication. So I guess kind of for your guys' tour, you guys are in London, you're in, where else are you hitting?
Manchester, York, and then we go over to Copenhagen, and then how do you say the city?
Odets.
Otis?
Yeah.
Is it Otis?
Okay.
That's where
And
they're
you guys have toured Europe before. Is there a place or a memory of touring Europe that you stands out?
I mean, as far as the UK, Glasgow is always one of the best. We've done Amsterdam a few times. Had some space cake. Thought I was going to go to the hospital.
Okay.
Mhm.
Did the Van Gogh Museum on mushrooms.
Cried.
Cried a lot.
I can
Nothing
imagine.
abnormal about that though.
But we love going over there.
Yeah. Do you guys feel like your music's received better over there or better in the States?
It's as far as like the live show,
Yeah.
the reception is different. It feels like they're just the phones are down or they're really just into the show, watching you, want to meet you, and if they do, then like they're fans for life. It seems
Yeah.
like so. I feel like the reception is always better there, and then the further north you go, I feel like it gets better and better. Like Glasgow's the runaway favorite for me.
Interesting. Yeah, because it's funny because I've talked to one of the guys from band Sons of the East. They're
yeah.
from Australia, and he said he was talking about how their music was like popular in the States first, and then like it took forever to catch on in Australia. So it's really interesting where kind of whose music catches on where and why.
Yeah.
And that stuff's always really interesting to me. So when you guys first started making music and first started touring, was there like a we made it moment type of thing when you were doing a show or when you're on tour or
Shoot.
Certain ones have that kind of feeling to it. I mean, when we didn't headline it, but we like played for open up for what bands was it? Need to Breathe or somebody at Red Rocks.
Mhm.
So like certain venues like the Fillmore in San Francisco.
Tabernacle in Atlanta.
Yeah, certain venues kind of give you that kind of feeling.
yeah.
And then
Coco in London.
mhm.
Yeah, we've been so lucky to play like the coolest venues all over the world. And it's like every time you're in there, you're like, wow, like,
Yeah.
like we're doing it.
So now when you guys are touring, obviously tour is like this long grinding process, right? What are you guys doing to kind of stay grounded, to stay kind of within your mental space? 'Cause I feel like it's got to be easy to very much get lost very quickly.
There is no other band, I think, in the world that has as much fun as we do.
Yeah.
We play a show and then we go out and we meet everybody and then we just go out, hit the bars, and we always find something to do. On our days off, like if we're traveling, we call it family night. And family night is we take so we travel in an RV in a trailer.
Yep.
We take the RV and we find like a cool spot, an RV park, and Trevor cooks us dinner.
Nice.
And we call him Chef Boyardee. And we have family night, and I think that's what we just have so much fun.
Yeah. Does
like a vacation.
a little vacation? Yeah, that's. I mean,
Right.
you're probably the first band that I've heard, or the first anybody to have heard talk about tour where it's like a vacation. There's everybody always talks about this being this like long grinding process that kind of wears you down. But
It does.
Yeah.
Don't get us wrong. It does. It does. Like, I mean, when we did one tour,
It's like 3.5 months.
3.5 months,
Mhm.
and by the end of it, we're like, okay, we're ready to get back. But we had a blast.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like if there's any kind of like national park or anything close by where we're going and we have the time and the ability to do it, we're gonna go do that.
Yeah.
I mean, not many people get the chance to travel as much as we do, so we try to take advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a particular tour that you guys can remember that, or maybe an artist you opened with that you kind of like learned from? I feel like every tour is a learning experience in its own. But is there one like you guys really kind of figured out the way this needs to go?
I mean, touring with Casey Musgrave, she's a friend of ours. It's like seeing those guys and the professionalism that they took, on stage and backstage, like them, like Kyle Ryan. We literally saw him learning how to play banjo, and that's what he was doing. As soon as he got off stage, before stage, he was learning a new instrument. And then just like as far as the show, how people interact with the crowd. With Casey, Need to Breathe, learned a lot from. Who else?
Alan AJ.
Allie and AJ, that whole camp, awesome. Yeah, it's like we've just been lucky, very lucky.
Yeah, no doubt. So I guess kind of let's circling back to the album. So you guys mentioned that you had songs, off your last album or that were already written and ready to go for this one. Is it that the same way now? Do you have songs that didn't make the cut that are good for the next one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, yes, and we had songs that didn't make the cut for this. They're so awesome. We just didn't quite, crack the code on it.
Yeah.
So
Is that so? I imagine. I think it feels like artists always have at least like a handful of songs at the very least in their pocket for whether it's not released or not. But is there a song you guys have that you just know will never hit an album or hit a release for whatever
yes,
reason?
yes. There's more of those
Yeah.
because we're writing every week. That's what we do. Like we've also have like some stuff for like film and TV, and like we just had this song on We Were Liars. It's a show on Amazon.
Yeah.
And it's a Brummies song, but we kind of we turned it in, we gave it to our publisher, and the next thing you know, the other day we got an email, and it's the supervisor. They're like, "Hey, we'd love to use this song," and we forgot about it.
Right.
And they're like, "We're going to put it on this Amazon show," and we're like, "Sure, yeah, let's do it."
Right.
And now it's out, and then we have people asking, "Hey, where can we get this?"
They're trying to
We're-
Shazam it.
Right.
They're like, they're Shazamming it. And they're like, "Hey, where can we find this?" And it was like one of those things where it was never going to be released. Like there's so many songs like that, which is kind of it's a weird thing.
Yeah, so the sync part is interesting. I've talked to a couple artists who have had songs like synced like that. Is it, I guess, especially for a song that's unreleased, like, does it bring like a different life to it? Obviously, it does, like in the TV show itself, but
Yeah.
do you kind of see it differently after that?
I mean, it's cool to see like a visual element, like to what you created. Like I was not, you're not thinking about this scene of them on the beach and
Right.
doing all the stuff, but yeah, it definitely does. I feel like the biggest one for us is Trouble. We have a song called Troubles on our first album, Eternal Reach, and Virgin River put it on their show. And it's like on our end, like when we go to like Spotify for artists or Apple artists, it'll show you like Shazams, and that is like the top Shazam song because of that show.
Amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool that you can see how many times something is Shazammed. I never would have put two and two together. You could actually, like, as an artist, see how many times that's Shazammed.
Yeah,
It's
you
great.
can check the back end.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The other one's probably getting Shazammed and you just can't find it. It's just
Right.
not out there.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Then we have another one that was out on Apple Plus, like a documentary trailer,
Oh yeah.
and we're so excited about it and put the song out. We're like, oh yeah, let's hear it, let's watch it.
Right.
And it's the first like
It's just the
5
piano.
seconds of piano.
It's just the piano song, and that's it.
like,
Oh
oh,
no.
all right.
Yeah, is it? I guess that's
Shazam
like
that.
That's the weird part about leaving it up to like a supervisor, right? Or getting it in sync is like you don't know what section's going to be played, and it's completely.
have no idea.
Yeah, you don't always know the use of it. So,
No idea.
all right, do it.
Yeah, here's your 5 seconds of piano. Sick. So I guess in terms of the new album, right? What is one thing you want somebody to listen through it and kind of come away with? Like, what's somebody listen through it front to back and what they feel at the end?
Ooh, that's a great question. I mean, we called it High Noon because it's definitely like it feels like something that you'd want to listen to by the water, either on a boat or on the beach or by a lake. Man, a takeaway. I just want them to just check out for 45 minutes from everything that's going on in the world and be happy and just come along with us for a ride.
Yeah. So, obviously, I live my life specifically in music curation. I like asking artists, what's the song you guys? Maybe it's not even out, right? Maybe it's one of these unreleased songs. What's the song you're most proud of?
Ooh. Whoa, that's a good question. Most proud of
I think for me it might be short term, just because it was one thing and it got like a more rocking song, and then it got turned on its head and became, I think, one of my favorites and a lot of people's favorites because it's so different. And
I think we almost abandoned it.
it almost didn't make it,
Yeah.
and it kind of resurrected itself with I think Jacob said try to play it world piano, and like let's just kind of break it down instead of being so rocking, because it's kind of almost like in the Weezer world previously, and now it's like more piano and it builds differently, and it made it. So for that reason, I have some love for it.
Yeah. And I mean, High Noon, I really love that. I'm very proud of that one. I feel like sonically, you know, uh, I really love, like we do, Ariel Pink. And it kind of reminds me of some of that, but it's like our take on it.
Mm.
Sunrise, very proud of that one. I love it. All of them. They're our babies.
Yeah.
I'm proud of every single one of them.
Yeah.
I think
We did them equally.
I think
Right.
for
Yeah,
me,
you love each and one
that
equally.
was the
There's no
right time.
favorites. I feel that. What about? I always ask you. What's a song or an artist that you guys have been really into that you think needs a little shout out?
I mean, right now, song wise, Alex G, he just released a new album. There's a song called Afterlife, and that song has a chokehold on me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm listening to it so many times.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen a lot.
Okay. Anybody else? Song, artist?
I'm obsessed with Joe, DJO. I
Me too.
love all his stuff. I think
I feel
he's just
that.
So good.
Yeah, his latest record's really good
Yep.
as well. All three of them, and like he's just now kind of getting more mainstream, I guess, because of that Chicago or in the beginning song. But
Yeah.
all three albums I think are so good. What was the Shangri-La one or Temp Pole Shangri-La? I think that's what it's called.
Oh,
the
yeah.
first record,
Yeah.
really good. Turnstile, I'm starting to get into like some of the breakdown moments
Yep.
at least.
This guy loves McGee. The McGee.
Maggie.
Sean stuff on the Beaver album was amazing.
Yeah,
For
that
the
McGee
Dijon
record's so
album this
good.
week. I think
What's
this
that?
week or-
Yeah.
New Dijon album this week or next week.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Pretty good. My
Um,
girlfriend loves Dijon.
Yeah, I don't ever know, like the pronunciation of stuff. I always get messed up. So maybe it's Dijon, maybe it's Dijon. I'm not sure. So I guess kind of going forward, right? What can everybody be excited for the Brummies? What else? So you got the tour coming up. What else is coming up after that? Anything?
So hitting the road, get some more dates, some festivals next year. Really, it's like now that we've got this out, hitting the road.
Right.
And we're still writing while we're doing it.
Amazing.
We got some remixes. Oh, one thing is, nobody knows this yet, but we're going to do a deluxe of Drift Theory, and it's going to include a bunch of remixes. A bunch of our friends are DJs, so
nice.
We've sent the stems out, and they're going to send in us their remixes, and we're going to release it.
Love that. Yeah, that's amazing. I guess kind of wrap it up here. Like, what's in terms of the Brummies in general? What is one thing you guys kind of hope people take away from this, from the album, from what you guys do in general?
Ooh, let's answer that.
I just hope they resonate with it. I hope they, first or they hear it. It's just getting out there so hard because music's, it's just a bunch of it is uploaded every day, so it's hard to be seen or heard. But if they do get the chance to hear it, then they'll relate to it. They'll want to hear more and try to just see who we are as a band and hopefully see us live someday.
Yeah, amazing. Well, guys, I appreciate you guys taking a half hour out of your day.
Man, hey, thank you. Hey, I want to say this. Your TikTok we just love it so much. We found music through your channel. I think it's awesome what you're doing. It's like in the the era of Spotify, with the algorithm, and they're doing their playlist and pushing. It's like people paying and that kind of stuff. Your channel, what you're doing, it's like, and how you're finding stuff is like, it's awesome. And I
appreciate that.
I think it resonates a lot.
Yeah, I truly appreciate that as someone struggling currently with their mindset. I appreciate that.
Well, we get that.
Well, I hope you guys hope the tour goes well, and I hope everybody takes a second to listen to the Brummies new album, Drift Theory.
Thanks, Abe.